Welcome back, Hodlers. Today we are talking about an exciting project, something that I've kind of brushed away to the wayside because I've been asked questions about it, and I don't like things competing with some of my things. It's a bias that I'm trying to get over. But the big thing is to keep an open mind and actually look into things before you completely write it off. And that is a token and a protocol called Polkadex. Now, you might think, well, I'm a super bull on Polkaswap, so wouldn't this be in direct competition to Polkaswap? Actually, no, it's not. Not at all. And I'm going to be talking all about why Polkadex is a completely separate thing and why I'm equally as bullish on what Polkadex could do for onboarding traditional finance. If you do like these types of videos, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe to the channel for more crypto news and content, and obviously comment down below, what do you think? Do you think I'm right in saying that these two products are not the same? But let's go ahead and get into it. With Polkadex, it is still under the Polkadot substrate codebase, so it's still created under the exact same codebase. Now, they do have a testnet explorer out. Right now, they only have Ethereum. The big difference about this decentralized exchange and other decentralized exchanges is the way that it trades. So most decentralized exchanges like Polkaswap, for example, are automatic money makers. So it works on liquidity pools and everything else, and everyone trades within those. Now, Polkadex kind of works similarly, but it works on an order book standing, where you would see order books on Binance and other big traditional centralized platforms. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we can't have order books that are decentralized, which is exactly what Polkadex is trying to do. So could it be a completely different product than an automatic moneymaker? Of course it can. These two things are not the same. So I would think that Polkadex has its own spot in the sunlight, and I don't think it will really compete with anything like Polkaswap. Especially if it is a substrate chain and it does get onto the parachain like they plan, then at that point they would be able to communicate directly with Polkaswap, allowing for more products and liquidity options to pop up from there. The big thing I've always said is interoperability. If they're going to work, they might as well work together. So again, the difference between an order book and an automatic moneymaker is the difference in how things trade. But the best thing about this order book is everything is still within your wallet, so it's not actually stored on the platform. So it still works exactly like automatic money makers. And I think this comes up in the website later on down below, but KYC is something that we've talked about before. KYC, know your customer laws, are very, very important, and it's important for exchanges to have KYC laws in place. But with a decentralized exchange like Polkadex, there is no way to really make sure that your information is safe within the DEX. That's why Polkadex allows for you to store your KYC information on your wallet. In other words, this DEX would perfectly work in compliance with KYC laws. In terms of ecosystem partners, obviously there's a lot of partners here, one being the Polkadot DeFi Alliance. KuCoin is one of the biggest exchanges that you could see on this. And then obviously you have CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and a bunch of other entities. Now they are planning to come out with a desktop and mobile version. So all of you people that like to trade on Binance on your phone, you'll still have that ability, but with Polkadex. So this really could be the future of decentralized trading, or at least trading as we know it currently, if you were a day trader, for example. If you're someone that looks at charts and often goes off of those to make decisions, and of course you can use those on automatic money makers, but this is more of a familiar experience for a lot of traders that are currently using a lot of central options right now. This also allows a significant amount of people that use their botting software to port that over into the Polkadex software. A lot of people love botting as too, so on-chain botting, it's going to work. Now this is the part that really surprised me, is looking at this transaction per second. 500,000 transactions per second is an incredible amount. I think right now the global stock market is roughly around 114,000, 115,000 transactions per second. So to see 500,000 transactions per second, this just shows that we can scale up dramatically on this decentralized exchange and have the volumes that rival a lot of central bodies right now. 500,000 TPS is a dramatic amount. And I don't think that there's going to be any protocol that really matches this. So could Polkadex be a general future for something like a trading market? I think it could be. Now, there's obviously more features that they have here. The high frequency trading, the decentralized KYC option that we discussed before, higher liquidity being provided on an exchange such as this. Also the ability to generate new tokens on ERC20 and eventually Polkadot, and then Polkadex NFTs. There's a lot of things that can come out from an exchange like this. We see what Binance is doing with a lot of their promotions. Just think of that, but we can also have that in a decentralized fashion within Polkadex. Now, we do have a couple of investors, none that glaringly pops out into my head that I know of, but there's a lot here. And I've briefly looked into the team. They at least look legit, but I haven't looked into much of their credibility for each individual person. For the roadmap, currently we're in Q3 to Q4, parachain development, Polkadot crowdfunding, and the parachain auction. So everything should launch in September of 2021, obviously pending whether or not they get the parachain auction. And then Q1 to Q3 for 2022, they want to add in a lot of options, so margin and lending, and then futures options. So I'm sure this is going to be a big platform for earning for people that want to lend and fund those options, as well as people that want to take advantage and trade with leverage. Now, there is a distribution of the PDEX token, which is pretty standard among most different distributions. They have quite a bit in the treasury, and then some allocated to the parachain auction specifically. But if you look at the actual PDEX token, we do have the PDEX token, and it is available to be bought on a number of different exchanges. Right now, if you go to CoinGecko and scroll down to the bottom, you can see exactly where it is available. Currently, it's available in the exchange that I use, at least, is KuCoin. That's how I entered PDEX, but you can also enter PDEX through Uniswap. So right now, PDEX sits at around $1.44 with a maximum supply of 20 million, but the current supply is 1.76 million tokens. So with that, we also have a market cap of $18 million. So this is fairly low right now. I think even the rank of this token, the rank is 653. So it's still really, really low. And if you look at the chart on this token, now this is possibly a more exaggerated dip than normal, but I would probably say that this is going to represent the best opportunity to enter into a project like this, especially with it being at virtually all-time lows. Now, that being said, it could very well go lower, but I can't say that there's any better time to buy this token other than right now that we've previously experienced. So we could very well be at the bottom of this trend, or we could further go down from here, but at this point I am going to dollar cost average and build a position. So if we look at the token itself, looking at the tokenomics, looking at the potential of how much this DEX could actually onboard, because it's more familiar to the average trader that uses centralized finance right now, say the day traders on Robinhood, for example, would easily port over to here. Same thing with day traders on Binance. So a DEX like this, I don't think it's unreal to say that we could see possibly a 3x, maybe a 4x from here. So roughly $40, $50 a token. And that would only bring us to around $80 to $100 million of a market cap. But I do think if this DEX actually builds traction, is actually doing what it's supposed to do and being a good order book decentralized exchange, it could potentially go way past that prediction itself and go way higher than a 4x. Even a 7x isn't out of the question. But for now, I'm not making any big predictions because we're still kind of in a bearish trend and I don't expect us to be out of it for a little while. But at this point, I am going to be adding Polkadex to my hodl bags and adding that as well. It is a little bit more of a speculative token because of the rank, but as long as they get the parachain auction and they're able to solidify their spot, I am incredibly bullish on where this project could go. That's it for me. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Obviously, comment down below what you guys think of Polkadex. I personally think it has nothing at all to do with an automatic moneymaker like Polkaswap. I don't think it's going to bring any competition. If anything, it's just going to help the space. If you do like this video, go ahead and subscribe for more crypto news and content. And of course, happy hodling.